Hey, welcome back to our study. This is Put on the New, Colossians 3:12 through 15. Last time was introduction, now we're looking at a new name. We kind of introduced this as talking about putting on the new. We talked about putting off the old in the previous week's study. Now we're talking about putting on the new. What does that look like? And so Paul gets very practical, very specific here. Well, part of the new self is that you are called by new names. You were formerly sexually immoral. You were impure. You were evil. You were an idolater. You were angry, malicious, wrathful, slanderous, obscene, and a liar. But that is part of the old, right? You were a homosexual. You were transgendered. But now that you're a Christian, you no longer are those things. You can't be those things. Those are mutually exclusive ideas. A sinner who is identified as a sinner or as a sin is not a Christian. You have to leave those things behind and come into the new. And so you get a new name when you become a Christian. The first thing that Paul tells us here is that you are God's chosen ones. So with the new self, you are one of God's chosen ones. In Greek, this is the word eklektoi, which is where we get the word for elect, obviously. I've heard people say that they don't believe in election, but Christians are called the elect, the chosen ones of God. So you have to, we might struggle with the idea. We might, struggle with different opinions about what that is, but we cannot say that as a Christian, we don't think it's in the Bible, because it most definitely is in the Bible. You just have to figure out how that fits into your system of theology. We can't just ignore it, nor should we. Paul says that we are God's elect or chosen ones because he's trying to encourage us. He's encouraging the Colossians. He's saying, hey, you guys are God's chosen ones. That should be something that you should celebrate. That should be something that makes you happy, not something that freaks you out or makes you angry. I don't know why people get angry about that. I mean, God's elect are chosen because he's trying to encourage us. That's why he's telling us. So you once were not a people, but now you are God's chosen people. You once were these idolatrous, evil, wrathful, mean people who didn't have a God, but now you have a God, and now you're God's chosen people. You are the ones he's chosen for himself. Many are called, but few are chosen, the Bible says. And you are one of them. That's amazing. So Jesus is God's eklektos, the Messiah, who would save his elektoi, which is the plural form, from their sin. And God has his elektoi angels, who are his ministers. See, what a great name to have, because the angels who are in heaven, who worship around the throne, those are his elektoi. Those are not the evil ones. Those are the good angels. And the Messiah is called the elektos. He is the chosen one. That's the word Messiah in Greek, elektos. And so the called out one, the chosen one, the separated one. What a great collection of people to be a part of. What a great name to have. You are God's chosen one. Next one, he says that you are a holy one. Along with that, you're called holy. God's chosen and holy. You are a saint. You are the ones that have been separated from the rest of mankind and are set apart for God's own purposes. You are exclusively his. He doesn't share you with anybody else. You are a holy one. You are set apart for him and his purposes only. Not for your own selfishness, not for your own will, not for your own purposes, not for another God. You are God's holy one, holy unto him. And then finally, you're beloved. Not only that, you are beloved. You are God's loved one. He has chosen you, set you apart from himself, and he has set his love upon you. So you are God's beloved, you are God's holy one, and you are God's chosen one. What better names could you have? And that's a lot better than slanderer or liar or, pervert or sexually immoral. What better names could you have? So that's the names we want. We don't want, this guy is wrath. This guy is obscene. We don't want those names. We want the good names. I want to be part of the elektoi. So, that's the names we need. So that should encourage us too, because that's what God calls us. He calls us by those names. So, yeah, let's end there for today. And tomorrow we'll look at verses 12 through 14, talking about the new qualities. You have a new name, now you have also some new qualities about you. So let's take a look at that next time.